Good morning. So, a couple videos back, we're talking about replacing the bladder and the camelback with something else. Now, here's the bladder, and the reason we want to do this, a few things. One, this is a lot of water. I don't ever use that much water. Two, this thing is decently hard to clean. Even if you get everything out and use the little tablets and all that go in there, it is still a pain to clean this, and you can't really get into some of these little grooves even with a little brush. So, you always have to worry about stuff still being in there. And three, there are studies that are starting to show that plastic containers, even plastic containers that are BPA free, and they say that they're fine when they get washed and they put them in dishwasher and hot water and whatnot, they start leaching other chemicals. Now, camelback, I believe, says the same thing, BPA whatever free, it's not going to do anything. But that is still a plastic container in a backpack on your back in 90, 100 degree weather, getting very, very hot. And I've been wanting to change this out to something else for a long time. So I think I may have found something. So after I made that last video, I was trying to think of what type of bottle, and the wife found this. Memo bottle A5. Now this is 32 ounces, which should be just fine for what I do, and it fits just about perfect in the camelback here. Just about perfect like that. Now there are a couple issues with doing this, and one of them, probably the biggest one actually, is you'll notice anybody who has one of these metal or plastic water bottles that if there's a drinking spot, there's always a vent on the top, because you have to exchange the pressure in there. You can't just try to pull a vacuum, otherwise it's not going to work. This bottle is just a standard bottle here, and it's not really meant to be drunk out of. So we're having to make a special adapter for it to let the fluid get exchanged for air whenever I want to. So we're still going to have to use the camelback hose. We're just going to use the metal bottle. Now to help do that, I made this part last night. This is made from polypropylene. We have one hole where our straw for the pickup is going to go down into the A5 container, and the other is the vents to allow for the air to be exchanged in there. And we should end up with something just like this right here. We have our pickup tube going down into the container, our hose right there. This is a one-way check valve, because air is going into this, and if we accidentally knock the bottle over, which honestly should never happen, then this will keep the fluid from spilling out. And we should have something that looks just like this right here. And there we go. Have the bottle, hose feeding down like it should, and a much more compact, constant volume here in the back. It won't be hauling as much fluid, but it's a hell of a lot easier to clean.